Writing is without question one of humanity's greatest inventions. By writing things down, our subjective thoughts become objectively inspectable, analyzable, and revisable. The greatest share of human technological, political, and intellectual progress can be traced back to this ability to slow down and examine and re-examine our thoughts. This is the main reason why writing is an indispensable part of your education. Writing improves your thinking. Not surprisingly, the same points can be made about reading. Research robustly shows that reading improves the way you think. Reading trains your brain to assimilate the patterns of thinking that have been encoded in writing to a degree that exceeds listening to the same material. I should mention that this is also true of reading in Braille. In fact, there's evidence that both reading in Braille and visual reading make use of the same key areas of the brain. These facts about the value of writing and reading pose a problem for emerging trends in education. The use of video, such as the one you're now watching, has replaced much use of written materials. This is not necessarily a bad thing, since in some cases, video can be as effective or even more effective in promoting learning than written materials. Much depends on the complexity or difficulty of the subject matter. As a general rule, the more complex or difficult the material, the more reading becomes the better mode of instruction. Here's another related point regarding the use of AI tools to summarize the highlights of longer or more difficult texts. When you read, your brain internalizes not only the information content of the text, but also patterns that encode the author's style of writing and of thinking. These get lost when you have AI summarize or explain the content of written materials to you. In great writings, details matter, and frequently these details are stripped away or numbed by AI summarization. This doesn't mean you should never use AI summarization tools, but if you really want to understand a text, there's no substitute for engaging with it directly. Writing poses its own challenge because it's more time-intensive than reading. The fact that AI tools such as ChatGPT can now produce at least adequate quality writing with almost no effort creates a massive temptation for students. Some research even suggests that the use of AI activates the same reward pathways in the brain as certain drugs. According to surveys, approximately 90% of students have used ChatGPT to complete some of their writing assignments. I know some students have done it in my classes. Most AI-generated writing still tends to have a certain flavor to it, so I can often tell when someone pastes AI output as their own. But knowing something is one thing, and proving it is another, which means that many instructors have largely given up on pursuing cases of AI plagiarism. This makes using AI to complete assignments not only easier than ever, but also comparatively less risky. A lot of instructors have responded to this challenge by modifying their writing assignments in the hope of discouraging plagiarism. That's not my approach for this class. I know that students have used AI to complete assignments and will probably continue to do so, despite my explanations of why they ought not to. There's almost no doubt that you can pass this class with a decent grade by offloading all your writing to AI, and you can very probably do this without getting caught. But then you need to ask why you're bothering to get a degree at all. Having AI do your work for you is like having someone else lift your weights for you at the gym. Ultimately, the person you are cheating by not doing the reading or the writing is yourself. The true value of this course does not lie in the grade you receive, but in what the course can do for your mind. There's research implying that relying on AI dulls your cognitive abilities significantly. It makes you stupid. Don't take my word for it. I've included links to some relevant research in this video's description. Reading and writing are two of the best life hacks you can use to strengthen your mind and develop your cognitive abilities. I would go so far as to say that everyone should read for at least 20 minutes and write for at least 15 minutes every single day, and that your reading should deliberately challenge you, taking you outside your comfort zone. You should also read both fiction and nonfiction, since there's evidence that reading fiction improves the brain's capacity for analogical and metaphorical thinking, skills which carry over into a wide range of cognitive tasks.